every now and then a movie comes out that you really, really absolutely have to go into blind. Everything Everywhere All at Once is one of those types of films. I was really fortunate. I didn't see a single trailer for it. I saw one, screen grab of the film with Michelle Yeoh with a googly eye on her head, and that was all I knew about the film. I knew it was multiverse, and I knew that the actor who played Short Round in Indiana Jones also played Data in The Goonies, had made his return to the screen after like 30 something years. And yeah, I came into it knowing absolutely nothing, and let's talk about what I thought. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on that red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. Okay, so Everything Everywhere All at Once is a film about the multiverse and how it affects a, group of Chinese Americans who run a laundromat. That's really the basic plot I can tell you without spoiling anything. Um, and I want to talk about the performances because really, this type of film lives and dies by the performances from its main actors. There's a immediately recognizable mainstream Hollywood actress in the movie. I won't spoil who it is. Um, and then the rest of the film is carried by Michelle Yeoh as the matriarch of the family. Stephanie Sue, who plays the daughter, and her role is absolutely essential to the entire thing. And then the father, Ki Hu Quan, who played Short Round and Data, and and Yo's performance is great. She is, this kind of like emotionally distraught older woman trying to juggle all these different aspects of her family life. And Stephanie Sue is, the daughter in a lesbian relationship that's frowned upon by her, um, you know, staunchly set in their ways family. And then Ki Hu Kwan is the husband slash father who um, feels kind of out of place in this world in his own family. And really, I of all the performances, they're all fantastic. I really thought Kwan's performance um, is something special. And for an actor to be able to take so much time off, and he's been involved in Hollywood doing some assistant directing. He's actually a really accomplished stunt choreographer. But for him to get back into an acting role after all this time and portray a really emotionally complex character from top to bottom and nail every single aspect of it is really really special. And uh, they that's really all I want to say. I can talk about some of the genres this movie tackles. It's an absurdist comedy, it's sometimes a horror film, it has animation, it's a family drama, it's a family comedy. It's The title is appropriate. Everything Everywhere All at Once. This movie tackles so many different things, and it very easily could bite off more than it could chew. But these directors did a movie called Swiss Army Man. They call themselves Daniels because both their first names are Daniel. It's Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. And I didn't love Swiss Army Man. It was very weird. It felt similar in some ways in that it completely just went for it and didn't give a rip what anybody thought. Um, and I think this movie is light years better than that. I really do. Uh, this movie has that emotional weight to it and nails the ending. And I adore everything about it, and I think you should watch it. And I want to give a special credit to A24. A24 is the production house behind this movie. They've done Ari Aster's films like Midsummer and uh, Hereditary. And they're a studio that just does what they want. They're an independent studio. They very easily could have made this, dumbed it down, and made it into a PG-13 film, but it leans into the R rating that it has. And no big budget studio would do this. You would never see Paramount or Fox, and now Disney. Um, they would never do something like this. Sony would never be so bold as to put a film out like this. And major credit to them for making it happen and making it work because they have a really special movie on their hands. And if you haven't seen it, You really should. I know I didn't say basically anything about the plot of the movie, and that's kind of the entire point. If you can go into it blind without having seen or heard anything or had anything spoiled for you, you really should check this out. This is the movie that I would make if I made a multiverse movie, like to a T. It's extremely weird. It's extremely funny. It's got just the right amount of violence and action. The choreography is great, and I dig it, and I think you will too. Thanks so much for checking out the review. If you liked it, found it helpful, consider subscribing. You can also like and share the video. That tells the powers that be that it's worth promoting. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know, what did you think of Everything Everywhere All at Once? And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.